And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good morning and welcome to Make HOAG Money. We are ready for an interesting morning, I think. I'm excited to see what kind of ideas you guys come up with. This is me, Uncle HOAG. CFTC disclaimer. Everything we do here is for educational purposes. I'm not calling trades. You guys are. Just remember that there is a lot of risk in futures trading. We should only be using capital that we can afford to lose. I call that risk capital. We have no expectations for performance here. Again, this is for educational purposes only. And the rules for Make HOAG Money are quite simple. Kindness and respect are expected above everything. We're going to have a couple of people enabled to talk. I'm hoping Randolph, my brother, will be here to help us again. And he's back from his trip with Winthorpe to Mexico. We're all going to be involved in the decisions. If you have a trade idea, putting it in context is helpful. And if you're able to speak, you'll be able to share your charts. We're going to use the chat rooms on YouTube and Zoom to discuss trades. Only those in the Zoom meeting will, however, be able to vote for the trades. You can always say yes or no on YouTube if you like a trade or don't like a trade. We were going to focus on the MES for opportunities. We're not trading just to trade here. We're looking for legitimate trade opportunities. And of course, I know you are all well aware of that. We're not going to be taking losing trades, which is, of course, a joke. We know that the losses are going to be part of trading, and we have to learn to accept, cut, and move on. And then feedback on YouTube on Make HOAG Money is always appreciated. We're always looking to improve. You can send that feedback straight to me. If you love it, tell everybody. If there's something that's missing or something we can do better, tell me. jhoagland@topstep.com. jhoagland@topstep.com. All right. Here's the platform. First thing, we know we're opening out of balance. Do we want to do the opening range trade? Yes or no? Rick, I'm going to bring you on here. And if anybody else would like to chat, let me know.
Good morning.
Hey, there's Randolph. Welcome back.
Should have stayed.
All right, we are 81% on for the opening range trade. So we'll see what that looks like. We try and keep the risk minimal, and we'll see if we can do that. There is the results of that. I'll stop sharing that. Rick, I'm going to allow you to vote as well. So next.
I already did.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right. Good. We've got Spencer coming in also to join us to chat. Spencer has been with us for a while, and we'll see what kind of ideas we have. Mango High says no. Timothy says yes on the opening range trade. It's good to see everyone. Anthony, Kevin, Timothy, Andrew, Ted. Good to see everyone.
Morning, John.
Good morning, Spencer. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing all right. So
I love these type of opens. This is my favorite setup right here. A late spike plus a gap.
there you go, right?
The opening range trade is a must, but But if it breaks out into a pullback, that takes some active management because you got to be ready for the bounce. Watch very closely on the gap close. If it trades through that, watch settlement very closely.
Good thoughts, good ideas. All right. So the
John, what's your opening range plan though?
well, the opening range is that first minute,
I mean, we long or short?
either.
Whichever way it goes.
I'm seeing a range of 4180 down to 4100 is going to be the support resistance.
So all right, so you're looking for a pullback, basically almost to the base of the base of the late spike, which takes us down to where was that? 4090.
Yeah, those are the two key areas I'm watching. If it gets through 4180 and holds, then I think it's got room to run.
That's that swing high from December, that CPI swing high.
You got to go back a few.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's an important level. We almost checked
Right
it
here.
yesterday and didn't quite get to it. So
Yeah.
I was thinking if we didn't touch it in the overnight or pretty early today, that might mean we're going to trade lower for a couple days.
Looking for a little correction.
I don't know. I'm wearing my rally sweater here, so
I just want this thing to break out to the upside because if it does that, I could be lazy.
right.
Yeah.
Just sit and watch, right?
Exactly.
I think it caught a lot of people off guard yesterday with that rally.
Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't until Powell started speaking and talking about,
I know.
things
I
are.
was looking at Google and could have bought it under their 200 SMA, and you would have $3 in the trade
Right now.
in minutes.
Yeah. Well, Google earnings are coming out today.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
there's other stuff too.
After the close, right?
Correct.
Yes. Yeah. Apple, Google, Amazon, all the trillion-dollar
Some big
companies.
names.
Yes. All the trillion-dollar companies.
So is the 4155 over there? Is that your view up?
4155. Yes.
Amazon will be an interesting one with holiday sales.
Yeah, and I think that retail sales for December were lower, so it's going to be an interesting one. I think you're right.
I think Powell's nose was growing yesterday. Pinocchio. He's like a puppet on a strings.
Somebody pointed out his hands were shaking really bad during that press conference.
Yikes.
Those are the strings.
1 minute. 30-minute.
This thing is determined to open on the high.
See if I can get this to work. Here's the 1 minute chart. Usually it'll point out.
Isn't it weird how every once in a while this platform will just make an indicator disappear for no reason?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
You got some numbers tomorrow too.
Here we go.
Okay, we got it now. We got 2 points.
That's awfully tight so far.
Yeah, it is.
You sold it, right, John?
No, we're still in the opening range.
Wait about 40 seconds.
And right now we got a 3-point opening range, which is pretty tight.
Get that wick high. It's 75.5.
I've noticed the bigger the opening range is, a lot of times, the more likely one side of it will hold.
$15 seconds.
Sorry, I let the popsicles
Stop
off.
filled.
Okay, we've got a shit 71.50. All right, so we've got our stops in. We're short.
Stop filled.
Whoops, I screwed that
Order
up.
rejected.
Ah, dang it.
So we're short. The opening range broke to the downside, and it wasn't that huge. What was it?
Where are you gonna reel it in?
Well, like Spencer said, I think we've got to watch the gap close.
Yeah,
Yeah, watch what it does at that level. If it looks like it's holding, I would just take profit and get long.
Yeah, we're probably gonna.
should have sold 2, taken profit there, and then let one ride.
Well, this is you got to tell me this. I'm just running the platform here. This is your thing,
Who's driving this car?
right? So if we can't close this gap and we take out the high of the opening range, do we want to think about taking that?
Yeah, what doesn't happen is as equally as important as what does happen. If we don't close this gap real quick, I would get long.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other stuff doing here? Hold on. Dow's lower.
The Dow just doesn't want to cooperate, does it?
Not for a while. Maybe.
So I'm going to send this, relaunching the poll. Do we want to take the long above the opening range if it takes it out? I've got to stop in there to do it already, but Andrew, what do you think? Hey, Nastic. Hello, Jonathan. Good to see
Order
you.
filled.
So we're just kind of sitting here at break even. Going to pull back into the opening range now, showing rejection of that. Okay, we've got almost half of you have voted, and we're 75% yes to taking a break out above the high of the opening range if it gets there. That's going to stop us out from being short and get us long.
Yeah, that gap close. Ooh, what was that? Whoa,
Stop filled.
big old red candle for a second there.
Yeah, nice little shot there.
Just found my stop. Hit it by a tick and turned around. I don't like that.
1 second here.
Order filled.
So we have positive delta below the opening range. Did we find some sellers up here? That positive delta we're seeing right here is more aggressive buyers, but price hasn't moved higher yet. Kevin said no to the long. Ben, I'm going to bring you in. We're going to watch this for a few minutes here, though. Ben, where are you? There you are. You some, getting increasingly positive delta here, holding below the opening range.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
There's something coming out at 9, right?
Yes, we have factory orders. More of a lower impact.
Manufacturing orders is one number that hasn't been looking good lately.
What's
compared
that?
to a lot of the other economic data coming out. Manufacturing numbers, factory orders are down.
Rob P has a question here on YouTube. Yeah, there's more than one Zoom link for Make HOAG Money because they're at different times of the day. There's a morning link and an afternoon link, Rob P. That's going to change soon. I think we're going to be moving Make HOAG Money to the early session.
No more afternoon?
Well, we can add it, if we want to, but I think
I don't really like that last hour
The
of the
last
day.
hour,
I don't
I'm-
trade it myself.
I'm with you. I think the
The
early
power hour.
yeah,
Sometimes.
I think the early trade is much more interesting for at least for Make HOAG Money. I think it's a lot more.
You know where you can make some money in the last hour is if you got a position on
Stop field.
it, hold stop and then watch for the imbalances.
Well, I tried to get long and got stopped out.
Okay, we
This thing
are
wants to go lower.
okay.
I'm with you, John. I bought some SH ETFs, some short S&Ps.
Okay. Now I'm going to. Do we trim the stop? Here's the poll from. Do we take the long above? 78% yes. 78% yes. So I've got the stop in there to do that. Do we want to trim the stop on this short? Is the question. If so, where? Somebody.
I'd buy it taking in around 41.60, 59 against that VWAP and see those other highs.
41.60.
To the left.
Okay, so right here.
Somewhere in there. Yeah. You see those highs?
Mm-hmm. So with VWAP at
And
58.
you had a low yesterday.
We're
there,
going
or the
60.
hourly. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Randolph has set the price. We're looking for 41.60 on this, and I'm going to go a little bit short of that, a couple of ticks.
Just above VWAP.
All right. Hey Ben, how you doing?
I'm okay.
We're gonna get to you here just shortly. We want to see how this plays
I
out.
just wanted to, I looked left to August 26th, and some interesting stuff over there.
All right.
Huh.
We'll be with you there shortly. We want to see if we get this fill, and then we'll move on from this.
What are you trying to fill? A long?
We're trying to cover the short here down at 41.
Fill
down near
short, okay.
down near VWAP, which is 41.58.
He's short at
It's
70,
reaching for it.
71.5.
What's that, Spence?
I said it's reaching for it.
Yeah, it's trying.
Whether or not it's gonna get there.
Here it comes.
We're still kind of resting right on this gap close here. It's
Yeah,
holding so far.
Yeah, it's wrestling there.
I just
isn't it?
got long a little too early.
Dow's down 205 now.
Yeah.
But the NASDAQ's still strong. Heck,
Now we're rejecting.
Positive delta. 2,800 now.
I'm gonna do it again.
Order filled.
You're long again now?
Yeah. This gap seems to be holding. Tell you what, I will put my stop on 41.60 and we'll see if it fills or not. Right where your limit order is.
You know, the algorithm just heard that, so,
Right? The HFTs are coming to get me.
yep.
Well, do we want to fish or cut bait?
I would cut bait on this one. I think we're catching the balance off of that gap close.
We 76% so far saying cut bait.
What's your risk, John?
The other side of the opening range.
I'm gonna add one to this when we break the top of the opening range.
So since we've got cut bait here,
That 4,100 is a huge number. 4,180, sorry.
I'm just going to take this stop and remove the risk instead of just cutting bait here.
Yeah, 4175, 4180, that's going to be a heavy level to get through.
Yep.
We got two major swing highs there on the daily chart.
Hey, John, if you cut bait, it gets up there, put it out again.
Short it again?
Yeah. Until it gets through that 180, it holds. I mean, I'm as far as a swing trade, but it didn't get through it on tried twice, so.
Well, then why don't we just stay short?
Yeah. Is factory orders at 9? Is that what's coming out?
Yes.
But that's weak. What are they looking for? Hold on.
Close that tab.
Factory orders. They're looking
They're
for a
looking for 2%.
2.3, yeah.
Previous was negative.
I can't, yeah. It was
Like, why are they looking for this month to be 2.2%?
Yeah, I'm not
That's-
seeing it.
Probably gonna miss.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's good. If it's above 0, I'd be surprised.
Can I show you something while we're just holding here?
Sure.
Okay. Tell me when you got it.
We got it.
Okay, so this is a regular trading hours daily session. And here we are right now. If we go all the way back to right here,
August.
okay? So I wanted to look at the structure of that, and I dialed it in here on the, that's where we are, right here. This is the 26th, okay? So I don't have the depth on this, so we're trading right here, right above the prior high day.
Mm-hmm.
You can see this was a real strong down day, obviously. One-time framing right from the get-go. Above it, we also have excess, but it's an overnight, right?
Okay.
And so, but more importantly right now is, you know, we struggled to get through the prior high day and we're back here. This purple line is the volume point of control from the 25th. But if I pull these profiles together right here, if I just merge them, something interesting happens. That purple line, this one I drew in, and the red prior high day, that's yesterday's high, okay? You can't really see it, but right here is the point of control for this combined
There you go.
profile, okay?
Interesting.
So, yeah, so this, you know, what's going on there? Who still has orders or defending that? You know, again, I don't like that phrasing, but whatever happens, you know, it does tend to make it a little thicker, you know? So, and then above it, we've got this purple line here is that POC. This is the value area high from the 25th. Now, somebody might say, well, what does that matter all the way now? I can tell you from experience, even though it's that far back, it's continuation, all that, it does matter for some reason.
Because it hasn't been revisited till now.
Yeah, yeah. So that you got the value area high here, you've got this overnight low right here, and you've got the value area low here. So there's some things to get through up here. But that 480, I liked, you know, that's that low here. And it's kind of got a volume shoulder here and here. So I like Rick's ideas about staying short below that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's been difficult to get up there. Of course, we still could because there's a lot of fuel for short covering here yet. So now on the downside, we're below that high day, and you're getting out right here at 60, right?
Yep, we're out.
Okay.
Well, John, you're out now, right? You
Yep.
covered?
Yep.
Made a few pesos.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
So I don't know. I haven't looked for about 10 or 15 minutes now. I looked at yesterday's profile. We're back below and what that's looking like right there. But, you know, I could see some rotation in here, back up, you know? So it might be an idea to kind of figure out a long, maybe somewhere in here, you know, with a C high, where there's these shoulders here and these divots. So 54 and 50, that 4150 is kind of a round number. But it's just an idea. I don't know where the VWAP is, but I wanted to look back on that structure and because that can be very relevant to some things that are going on that we're seeing today.
Sure.
Yeah, the VWAP was around 58.
Nice.
John, where'd you cover? 60?
60.
So yeah, that would actually be right here. This ledge.
Yeah.
You know, that 4154 down to here where it's like, you know, you've got some anomalies and things. That might be a place to get long. If not, getting long again back above here. But anyway, that's all I had to share.
Thank you very much, Ben.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
so
Ben,
it's so cool to get a
Ben,
Yeah.
Hey, Ben, if it rallies up a little bit, would you put it out again?
For long or short?
Short.
I think so.
Just reload against that 4180 area.
Yeah.
Maybe against the VPOC, maybe against the open. You know, I mean, you want to monitor it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now, the opening
Around the
range
71.
and session anchored VWAP are holding the highs.
I don't know if I'm still sharing my screen because I lost the. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
That was my mistake, is I went long and I watched it bounce off a session anchored VWAP and start to trade lower, and I should have cut bait right then instead of watching it drift all the way into my stop loss. As soon as I see VWAP holding price down, I know not to fight it.
So I like a short right here from like 69,
You could, yeah.
but probably kind of quick. 67.
We can vote on that. Do we like a short here?
This market's moving a little too slow for me, man. I look for a fast move off the open on a morning like this when it's out of balance.
Well, we're still looking at taking a long above the high of the opening range by a tick. We don't like that anymore, do we?
Only if it tests it and it comes back down and rejects it. First time through, you know, it's a tough call.
Might be buying the high.
Right. So might be a time stop.
Because you know there's stops up there.
I would time stop it. Yeah, if it breaks out, I'd be really impatient with it. It either runs or it doesn't. I have a bad habit of being too patient with my trades when I shouldn't. I'm like, oh, it's still got time to run. It's gonna go.
All right.
Should just
So
cut them loose.
So we're going to leave this in, and if it gets in our pocket at all, we're out.
Yeah.
Let's just see if it fails. Taking out the highs.
Fail.
Hope Tom's listening.
So that was a good target down there at VWAP.
Yeah, it was a nice trade, John.
Hey, it was the opening range trade. We all agreed. This wasn't me. It was you guys.
Yeah. Nice trade, gentlemen.
Nice trade, everybody.
Yeah. Beaks would be proud.
Well, it was a team effort. Good job, guys.
Nice work. Ben, thank you for showing us that. Sometimes I've got another 2 platforms, and sometimes it's such a pain in the butt to go back and look at all that information from back there.
Yeah.
You did that for us today, which was really, really nice. That's great information, because even though it's a long time ago, the last time the market was there, what happened?
Yeah. And what's left in there? Like the way that day played out makes a difference, I think.
And I love the fact that the high from that period of time was in the overnight. Markets don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have, it looks like we got a 4 high right now with the overnight from yesterday.
You got a question on what type of VWAP you use, John?
This VWAP is anchored to the beginning of the overnight session.
Oh, you anchor yours to the beginning of the overnight?
Well, that's just where it is. I mean, I can move it.
Oh.
I can move it.
I anchor mine to the cash open, and I get a lot of plays off of it in a given week.
So that's the
I'll
regular
see
trading
price
hour
bounce
open.
off it a lot.
Regular trading hour open.
Yeah.
So you're looking at that in a
So
pretty short time frame.
anchors right on the opening range, and then it'll drift whichever direction price action is trading throughout the day. But in a trending market, I'll see a lot of corrections come right up to VWAP and stop, and then go the other way.
Okay, so
We're doing it this morning. Actually, we checked VWAP twice so far and traded back down.
Traded back down. So Daniel's suggesting using both. I know that there's an anchored VWAP in community indicators. I'll find it and add it.
Yeah, I like the one with the standard deviation bands. What is it here? Let me see.
That's
I
the
think it's the Tiki one.
Tiki one.
No, it's not Tiki.
There you go.
This is the one with the standard deviations.
So another data
Paid
point.
to fade anchored VWAP does standard deviation bands.
Okay.
I think is what it is. That must be the one I got on here right now.
You got about 7 minutes till a number.
Another data point I've noticed, we for the last couple hours, about 2.5 hours before the open, we were one time framing up, and then we've stopped one time framing.
What's that purple line, John? Is that what moving average is that?
I forget. That's something I threw on. I think that's the.
It's got the resistance and all the lows on it. Below
Oh,
VWAP,
this?
what's the next line?
That's
Yeah, what's that?
that's the first standard deviation from VWAP. I thought you were looking at this one.
Seems to be following that.
Most certainly does. So I can add where those are. Show the value of them, but then it just makes the chart look complicated. There's the lower. There's our 4150 level there. The second standard's down here at 40. First standard above 4170, and second standard above is 79.
So far, the 1 minute chart is just a sideways chop below the opening range.
There it
We
is.
stop making lower lows.
Wouldn't it be funny if that's the way the day went?
Get the good move in the wee hours of the morning, and then it just goes sideways after the open. So frustrating.
Haven't seen Lacey in a while.
She was up on
You put it back out there, right, John?
No, we did not.
I know you didn't, you chicken.
I wasn't instructed to. Lacey was on the reflection 2 days ago. She came up and gave everybody a good treat. She was up here for a while getting love.
I missed that one.
So I only got, when I shorted 69, I only got 2 points. But when it's this low confidence, that's all I'm comfortable, because back and forth, and it's starting to tax my emotions,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is not showing a lot of directional conviction.
I think we might
Probably waiting for this.
kind of looking like we might get a move. Well, I guess we do have the news, but get a move down to that overnight volume point of control at 45 quarter it is.
See the daytime nuance that means the most to me right now is the opening range. It's the
Yeah.
high of the day.
Yep.
Oh crap. It looked just above.
That's what we were talking about.
It did take that one look above. I guess we didn't have our order
Yeah, I
in there
got
yet.
filled on that by a tick, and then I got stopped out on the other side of the
Oh
opening
no!
range. That was
Oh, okay.
$100 I didn't need to waste this morning.
I did not see that.
Ouch.
I did not see that. Interesting.
And that 76 quarter being the overnight high is also that value area high from that day.
Back in August.
Yeah. Which I don't know how many wide it was, but that sort of makes a difference. You know, not just volume, but how many TPOs wide it is. It could be a little shelf there or something.
We're having a really tough time trying to trade below 4160 also, though. It's taken another peak right now, but it's just gone a few ticks below it a couple times and bounced back up.
Well, and if Ben is right, if we get an opportunity down between 4150 and 4154, that looks like a possible long, which lines up nice with weekly kickoff high.
Yeah.
Andrew's asking.
You're bouncing out the VWAP.
Andrew's asking if we get into a short below VWAP.
What's the news coming out in a couple minutes?
Factory orders.
Factory orders.
And the one that sticks out to me is durable orders excluding defense.
Oh yeah.
Is anybody looking at where we are in relation to the Andrew stuff? Speaking of Andrew.
I am not. No, I've been trying to. Although I did here. Check this out. While we're waiting for this. So I put in this yesterday on a shorter time frame chart. So it went, this swing high to this swing low to this swing high, and there's the pitchfork. So it never really followed the pitchfork. However, when it broke up above, after, this is 1 o'clock, straight to the upper line. 130.
Nice long
straight to
right
the
there.
upper line.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Nice.
It's been a long time since I've really added something to my kind of toolbox, but I definitely want, I really like that. I've always been a trend line person, but I use it in fits and starts. And but I really like it because of the risk management aspect of it. That'll help me a lot more because I could tend to lose sight of that with some of my entries just because I'm trading from wanting to do something,
Amanda, how are you reading Delta right now? Well, think about the action of the market. Since the opening range, the market has been pushing lower, but Delta has remained positive. Now it's a little bit thin right now, but it indicates that our more aggressive traders are using market orders to lift offers. This is 1,500 more contracts have traded on the offer than on the bid. If that's the case, then we should be seeing price moving higher because the buyers are more aggressive using market orders to lift bids. But the opposite is occurring.
That number just came out.
Factory orders lower than expected, but still higher, 1.8%. They were looking for 2.3%, so not as good as they were expecting.
It's bearish.
Factory orders ex transportation came out exactly as it was last time, but there was an adjustment to last time.
Good enough to make a new low.
Now, are you sitting there with the limit? Are you going to let it kind of blow through and come back in and stop?
I haven't done anything yet, so we're going to see what happens when it gets down there, and we'll vote if we're going to look for a long down here near weekly kickoff low 41.50. We took a short against it in HOAG Money yesterday. It ran right through it, but it could be supportive on the way back. So right now we've got so far the green light to look for a long somewhere between 41.50 and 41.40, 41.54.
Yeah.
Your
Kevin.
level there.
The
I'm
only
with
thing-
Kevin.
well, I,
Sell rallies.
at that time, I wasn't looking at yesterday's or last night's overnight VPOC, which is at 45 half, I think, or 45 quarter. So that's why it might be, I could miss it, but like, I want to see if it makes it all the way down there and then comes back up.
And then
through
comes
that.
back above it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we've
I
got
don't want to call a loser, you know. I've been there, done that.
It's okay. I've called a lot of losers, man. I called my brother last night.
What was that?
I said I've called a lot of losers, man. I called you. I called you last night.
Yeah, there you go.
Just a joke, Randolph.
You jinxed me.
So kind of the upper
I
edge
don't
of
know if
that.
he knows what to do.
Yeah. Kevin is saying only shorts today.
Yeah, I'm taking a short at VWAP.
Order filled.
That's your anchored one.
Yeah, it's at about 66.3 right now.
What was that tool? What was it again?
I think the one I'm using is this paid to fade anchored VWAP. I think that's the one.
Paid to fade.
Upper band low. No, this isn't it either. This is, what do I have on here right now? Let me see. Tiki VWAP. It's Tiki VWAP. Okay, yeah, and it's got the standard deviation bands. I use the standard deviation bands a lot of times to take profit in a trend. When price touches that third standard deviation, we're overextended and it's time to take profit.
Well, this will anchor it daily or even longer, but it won't do session, I don't think.
Think how many people are getting chopped up going short below the prior high day and going long when it goes above.
Just a chop fest.
Mm-hmm.
Chop, chop, chop.
Algos are loving it. Somebody suggested we should all turn off Siri or Alexis so that so our computers aren't listening to us, so they're telling the algos what we're doing. Brooksy, yeah, it's brothers. We can rib each other like that. He ribs me a lot, so I got to give it back to him.
My brother could never take a joke. He always took it personal.
Nah, I would have cried all the way home if I would have taken it personal.
Hey, where'd VWAP go?
What happened to it? There it is.
61 here.
Rob P. Here is the link for the morning session. So you can register for the morning session for Make HOAG Money. And again, I think we're, probably going to be resolving this issue.
How true, Dan?
Yes, you can't. You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your relatives. 100%.
You don't choose the family you're born into.
Sell and forget it, John. Need to stop up there.
What, above 76? When we were risking 20 points?
I'll text you at 2:30. You still short?
My
Nope.
short's getting paid.
Nice. Well, do we just look for a short down here below VWAP? Below our
I would
VWAP?
have taken a short at VWAP when we were
Yeah,
up there.
yeah, your
minutes
anchored
ago.
VWAP was
A
nice,
little
right?
late now.
You could short when it comes back up again the prior high day and risk the B high. Just a couple points.
I like that. Let's vote. So we're looking at shorting into the high yesterday, 63.50 with a stop above B high, which is maybe 5 points. So we took it. We're seeing 88% yes. B high, let's go with 68. Just a quickie here.
Yeah.
Not yet, John. Not yet.
Well, we've got.
Kissing VWAP again. That's a short entry.
Oh, you already took it? Okay.
Oops. I didn't get the poll out there. I'm sorry. Here, there's the poll. Try that.
Kind of choppy, so it's a little dangerous, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's iffy. Sketchy looking.
Okay, we've got 30% participation, but 71% are saying yes to this trade that we're in.
what's your entry?
Here's the results. 71 to 29. So we're good.
I'm at 62.75. Where's yours?
63.75.
Oh, nice.
Could have got in at 66, but John was a little slow.
Yeah, he doesn't have the quickest thumbs.
No, yeah. I've never been much of a gamer.
Sometimes he gives the mouse to Lacey, so.
That's okay. I'm usually a little too quick to get into trades. And then I'm like, oh, crap, why'd I do that?
Impulse.
It's the ones you enter and it just runs right through into your stop in seconds. Those are the ones that feel like a slap in the face.
Well, I don't mind those. I find out real fast and usually cheap that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I don't like sitting in a trade for 2 hours and then having a loss.
Yeah. This market's moving a little slow for me. I don't like to trade usually when it's this slow. I look for faster moves. It's a
Well,
little too choppy. Needs to trend more.
You got a 20-point initial balance started here. That's relatively small. It's not gonna
What's your target, John?
Lately.
Target?
59.25, even though it's
John, what's your target?
I don't know. I'm waiting to find out. What's a good target?
I'm following that the next line down, so like 53.
I'm already out at 59.25, but it looks like it's gonna,
Quick draw McGraw, right?
Well, let's go 54, the kind of high end of Ben's buy area down here, potential buy area down here.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Vince. Uh-oh, ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Yeah, ruh-roh.
See, the thing is, I don't know, this happens to me a lot. So that I knew that was kind of iffy, the choppy area, but I put in a target at 59.25, and it came and it hit it and not filled. It came and just tick above it,
Yeah,
And
it was,
going back up
it was
and
teasing you.
Yeah, and then by that time, I'm like, okay, I'm either going to hit out or it's going to go this time. And it got me, and I'm like, I could feel the tension rising to me, and it just makes me a worse trader the more times that happens in a morning.
Yeah, I feel that.
Start some.
Well, you can always use the 10% rule, which when it gets within 10%, you take it. Oh,
Yeah, but like when I'm
which we
only
just
going
did.
for 2 points, it's hard to do. And then when I've already reached 2.5 points, and then it comes back and it's 3 ticks, and then I think about it too much. And
Risk reward
Yeah.
balance.
But that's all right. I've had a couple good ones this morning, so little bites, eat the elephant.
We're filled. We're filled.
You got the target?
Yeah. Well, I did the 10% rule.
Well, that's great.
The guy picked it up a couple of ticks just above it.
And you've had a good morning so far, right?
Yeah, so far.
You're rocking it, John.
Decent.
Huh.
We're in a mild downtrend on the 1 minute chart, so I'm going to hold this short as long as it keeps making lower lows.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
I think there's a lot of potential here.
Not to be cliche, but the trend is your friend, right?
Yes.
Uh,
I hate range bound markets, honestly. I'm not a very good trader. And so all I do is look for trends and follow them.
Yeah, I'm same way. I mean, with what I'm seeing, I'm like what John's doing. Then it rallies up, give it one, and then bite when, you know, hopefully on the way down. So
Yeah.
So let's take a look now at, does anybody like the idea of our VWAP for a short?
I don't see why not. Where'd you cover the other one at?
54.5, right here.
Yeah. Throwing a line in the water.
Let's vote. So we would be looking for a short at VWAP right about here, 59, 50, 58, 50.
Oh, if it gets up there, I would definitely reload.
Yeah, like 41, 59, 50, John. Yeah.
Here. And what's our risk? I think we're a little too high here.
It's what you want it to be.
Oops. Hang on.
What do you normally do?
VWAP, show value. 59 quarters VWAP. We're going a little short of that. Okay, we've got a mandate.
Missed my chance to take profit because I was answering that poll.
Dow's down 260 now.
So here's the results. 92% of us like this trade.
That's some strong conviction right there.
92%.
Yeah.
So we're short at 41, 58, 50 right now. Where's my risk? Rick? I'm sorry, Randolph?
Well, I don't know what you normally give it, you know.
Well, it's got to be technical. I don't have
Like you give it 5. Would you give it 5?
Well, I got to find something technical. I mean, I'm looking at the high of B for a failure for this, which is a lot of risk.
You're trading with their money.
No, that's my money.
It's HOAG's money.
It's my money. I'm not giving it to the market. The high of B here is really where I think the risk is. So we're looking at basically 10 points of risk. I'm going to put it in there. And we don't have to wait for it.
I peeled off half my position down there.
Good.
Of course, I'll reload if it goes back up to VWAP.
Where is your anchored VWAP now?
I got a stop order right on top of it. It looks like 41.64.75.
41.64. So maybe we can trim our risk on this one just a little bit against your VWAP.
Turn your mic up.
Sure. Better.
Oh, that's much better.
Well, I'm kind of far away from it because I'm trying to get your guy's mic through my speaker into the microphone. So I was a little far from it. I'm better now, I guess.
It's all right. I turned mine down. The volume.
On me?
Yeah. Your voice does carry.
It has a...
It does. You got some bass in your voice. When I'm listening to like the market it all the way across my apartment in the kitchen when I'm getting my coffee.
That's for a year. Doesn't do much for my singing voice, but
Yeah, I've been telling him for years he should be on the radio.
You do have a radio voice.
yeah, perfect face for radio, right?
No doubt.
Wally. Well, what do we do with this at the end? Do we put some sort of profit target down below and leave the stop in and see which one gets hit?
We're
I
coming
think
up
that'd
on
be
the
a
end of
good
the
place to leave it.
coming up on
Like,
the session.
like I said, John, you're playing with their money now. So
It's my money. So we're risking 5, 6, 7.
where's your stop at?
Right now, 65.75. Just the other side of Sebastian's anchored VWAP. And we don't have to worry about that then, do we? Well, all right.
Check that real quick.
Well, we still have a small profit left here from today, which is fine. This is great. Thank you all for joining us. Rick, Sebastian, Ben, thank you very much. We're going to call this a session, and be careful today. Trade well.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Been fun.
Hey, guys.
Trade well.